Hello guys, welcome to Sunday Market Breakdown, and today we'll start with the previous week analysis. We'll see which trades we took and looking forward for the next week. So we'll start with the boom 500, as we took this one 2 weeks ago, but it ended last week. I remember we had this trade over here. Okay, we had the 1 2 3 touch. We have this expanding pattern, which we took the trade up to the 90% rule, which is in this area, and after our target being reached, we used the trailing stop loss to trail our trade, and eventually were taken out over here when it came back with a deep pullback. But again, it continued to the target where we anticipated it to bounce back. As you can see from the bigger structure, we anticipated that the price will come and bounce somewhere around here, which is that's what's happening right now. And so far I can see another pattern forming over here. We can just get this 1 2 3 touch. So just remove this one. If we can get this 1 2 3 touch, it will be good to go for the downside, as you can see. So I'll be expecting a push down, another up move, and then we broke the downside. If you can get this move, it will be a very nice trade. Okay, now next we have step index, the other trade which we took last week, and it played out quite nicely. As you can see, it went up to our 90% rule, which was our take profit. Okay, and currently it's forming another pattern over here. I'm not sure which pattern this is, so this one will just have to wait for it and just give us another pattern that we can take advantage on. Okay, but it looks like it's going to form another double top over here, so that it goes back down again. But for now, this one, we are out of it, and the trade was a nice trade. It was a nice trade. Okay, next we have jump 50. This one we took a loss on jump 50. As you can see, the pattern was so clear, and it lined up perfectly with our key value area, but the price broke up passively. But we expected it to reach up to our 90% rule, which was over here. Okay, so currently this one still on my watch list, because I'm seeing this one pushing down. It's just making an extension. So I'm expecting it, once the price breaks our trend line over here. Once it breaks our trend line, I'll be waiting to take a sell over here, if you are given the structure for sell. Okay, because currently, as you can see, the price is moving so correctly in this area. So I'm expecting it to push down and break our trend line, so that we can get opportunity to enter the market. Okay, next one we have jump 25. Jump 25 also was a nice trade. Jump 25 was a nice trade. As you can see, we took the 90% rule, even though our trailing stop loss was targeted. As you can see, it started making higher lows and lower lows, and we moved our stop loss to around this area. So we had secured the profits out to this area around 192 pips, but came back up and took us out. Okay, but since we knew that the price has to reach our 90% rule, we had to look for another opportunity to re-enter the market. So this one was taken out on 192 pips, and then we re-entered again on 15-minute time frame. I think we got an opportunity to enter this trade again. Yeah, over here we took another entry around these areas, just around here, and the target was still the same. up to the 90% rule over here. This was also a nice trade. Yeah, this one was also a nice trade. Okay, so currently we are not in this market, just waiting to see what the market will form again so that we take the opportunity to trade. Okay, next we have boom 1000. Boom 1000 is so close to our key value area. As you can see, it can even bounce from there, you never know, but our key value area was in these areas over here. So I was expecting it to reach up to that level. As you can see, it hasn't touched our trend line, our lower trend line. So I was anticipating this price to come all the way to touch this area so that we can take the buys up to the 90% road, which is here. But it's so close, I'll be observing it. Actually, even this one right now, you can enter position because of these long wicks, meaning the price is failing to push further downside. You can take a position from here, okay, from there, and aim at the 90% rule up to these areas. This one can be a nice trade actually. This one is around 445 pips, but we'll see how it goes. Since it has not reached our key value area, that has not touched our trend line, you can put the stop loss to be a bit tighter because there is high chance it might go back down again. Okay, so put a stop loss which is a bit tight, like 42 pips or 30 pips. It's great for this one, and we take it all the way to this area. You can see this one to be a nice one because we haven't finished the bigger move. Remember the guys, last week here we had this pattern. Which we anticipated for the sales, and it did actually sell, but we closed our positions over here after we saw the bigger structure, so we anticipated the price to push all the way to these areas, but unfortunately it dropped from where we were waiting for it to drop for the first time. Okay, so we missed this down move, but again, since we haven't reached our main area, which is the third touch of this bigger trend line, you can see it bouncing up again to touch this area before we shoot down, or which will take our target, which is here. So this one, we just have to wait for it. For now, we can take the buys because I can see a good buys over here. But for the long term, it's going to be a sell position. Sell position will be our long term move. Okay, so this one we have to wait for it. Next one we have Crash 1000. So Crash 1000, I can see it has made a 1-2 setup. You can see it has 1-2 touch on both sides. We have first touch over here, second touch over here, and the downtrend line we have first touch over here, second touch over here. So I'm anticipating for the third touch, which will be somewhere up there, somewhere up here. So if we get that third touch over here, so that we can go for the sales. Okay, so this one you just have to wait for it and see how it goes. It can give us another opportunity here to enter the buys maybe up to this previous high, the latest high over here. Can get the buys, we can take it. Let's say if it makes a good pattern over here, we can go for the buys. Okay, because this one will form another pattern, which is a continuation pattern, and with this pattern it will give us opportunity to enter the buys up to this area, or we'll take our profit and look for further confirmation for the downside, which will be the bigger move. Okay, so this one will have to wait and see the pattern that will generate to this area. Okay, but I'm seeing a good move to the upside. Okay, currently I think the VIP are active in this trade currently because we took our buys from here. Okay, we are currently at break even on this trade because we have already closed take profit 1. We already have take profit 1 on this trade. Okay, we reached our take profit 1, which was around is around here, I'm not wrong. It's around 70 pips, around 70, 80 pips. So currently we are at break even. See how the trade will move. But I'm confident with this trade that it will be a success one because the price has not made the full structure yet. Okay. So next we have crash 500. This one was disappointing because we were waiting for the third touch. As you can see, the price, we waited for the price to move all the way to this area to here for our third touch and then drop. But it has dropped even before reaching our third touch. Okay, of which we have missed that one because we have to stick with the rules. Just have to stick to the rules. So we just have to wait. If the price won't touch our trend line to give us that third confirmation, it means that there is high chance of it again going back up. So this one we are happy to ignore it, and we'll see what pattern again will form from this structure because it has already broken it and we did not have the third touch up there. Okay, so for this one no trade was taken, and maybe if it can get some expanding structure over here, it will be a nice one. You can just get an expanding structure over here, it will be a nice one, so that we take this one all the way to these areas. You can get that up move all the way to these areas, then you can get the sell. It will be a nice one. And for now we'll just observe it and see how it goes. Okay, just be patient with crash 500. Our last trade is on volatility 10. Volatility 10, we just missed our first entry. Okay, our first entry was to be in this area over here. As you can see, it has already moved so far and we can't just jump in. So what we'll do is that we'll wait for a correction. If we can get that correction, then we'll jump in for the sales. Okay, so this one we'll just have to wait for it because we have already missed our first entry. Okay, so here if it gives us this kind of pattern over here, because remember this was a key value area, so it can come up to that area for a retest. Over here it can come for a retest before making that, continuing the big move to the downside. Okay, so if it comes back to these areas, we'll take our position here. Okay, stop loss will be a bit tighter. Stop loss will be a bit tighter, maybe around 20 pips. 20 pips is okay with this one, and we take it all the way to the 90% rule, which is down there, be 253 pips. So if we can get this pattern over here, we'll take it for the sales. And that's it, guys. Let's see how the market goes for the week, and I'll see you guys on the next one.